Hello guys and welcome to this Chainsaw Man video. And in this video, I will be talking about the newest chapter of the Chainsaw Man manga. And this video will be a chapter review for chapter 119 of Chainsaw Man. Anyway guys, the title for this chapter is called Thief. And the title of this chapter refers to the fact that Nayuta will be catching a thief in this chapter. And this chapter basically just serves to show us the return of the character Nayuta, and I am very excited that we will finally get to learn more about her character. And this chapter also had a lot of parallels between Nayuta and Makima. And one of these parallels is that we saw that Nayuta was holding the dog leashes on her waist, and this was actually a reference to Makima, and the reason why I say this is because this is the exact same place where Makima was holding her chains. And in this chapter we also learned that Nayuta changed her hairstyle, and she actually has the same exact braided hair as Makima. And one of my favorite parts of this chapter was getting to see this panel where Nayuta was walking the dogs, and I thought that this was a very cute moment. And I thought that a very funny moment from this chapter was when we saw that Nayuta and Denji are actually counting their farts, and we can see that Denji has farted more times than Nayuta. Anyway guys, before I get into this video, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. So let's get into the video now. So the last chapter ended with Denji telling Mitaka about the rules of his house, and Denji was warning her that if they break these rules then there is a chance that they could die. And this chapter begins with showing us Denji and Mitaka, and they are walking to Denji's house. And after they arrived at Denji's house we saw that Denji started telling Mitaka about the rules of the house. And the first rule is that she can't open the door to any other apartment besides Denji's. And then Mitaka asked Denji why she would do that, and she told him not to be ridiculous. And Denji just replied to this by saying, "Good point." And then Denji just told Mitaka to come inside the house. And then we see that Denji and Mitaka entered the house, and then they sat down in front of the television. And while they were sitting down together we got to see a poster, and on this poster Denji and Nayuta are keeping track of their farts. And then Denji started telling Mitaka about the second rule, and the second rule is that she can't open the fridge. And Mitaka responded to this by saying that it's common sense to not open someone else's fridge. And then Denji told Mitaka that the third rule is the most important one. And Denji said that his roommate is out walking the dogs right now, however she will be home very soon. And Denji said that she is a huge problem child with an extreme personality. And in this panel we get to see Nayuta, and she is just walking the dogs. And Denji went on to tell Mitaka that no matter what she can't make out with him in front of Nayuta. And we see that Mitaka reacted to this rule by becoming extremely flustered, and then she said that she is never gonna make out with him, and she also said that that is not what she came here to do. And Denji replied by saying that he knows that, however one thing might lead to another. And Mitaka told him that that would never happen. And in this moment we see that Mitaka became extremely embarrassed, and she asked Denji why he would even bring that up, and she also asked Denji if he thinks that she likes him. And Denji just responded to this by saying that he thought that she liked him, and the reason why Denji thought this is because she asked him out on a date. But Mitaka said that there is no way that she would like Denji, and she said that she actually hates him. And this made Denji very surprised, and he was extremely shocked that Mitaka hates him. And in this moment the author is trying to show us that Mitaka was trying to conceal her true feelings for Denji, and we can tell that Mitaka doesn't want Denji to know that she is in love with him. And in this scene Mitaka was trying to convince Denji that she hates him, and then Mitaka told Denji that she also has rules that she can't break or else she will die. And then Mitaka told Denji that he should stay away from her or else he will wind up dead. And in this scene Mitaka was trying to distance herself from Denji, and this moment is showing us that Mitaka is trying to protect Denji from the war devil. And then Mitaka said that she only went on this date because she wanted a distraction. And then she said that she will leave after the movie is over. And this conversation made the date a lot more awkward, and Denji and Mitaka were just watching the movie in silence. And in this next scene Denji was having an inner monologue, and he was thinking to himself about why Mitaka doesn't like him, and he was wondering if he did something wrong. And then Denji wondered if it is because of the starfish that he gave to her. And then Denji suddenly remembered that someone told him that he smells like a wet dog, and this made Denji think that Mitaka hates him because he stinks. And this made Denji wonder if he should stop sleeping with the dogs, and in this moment Denji was thinking about what he could do to make Mitaka like him. And then Denji turned to Mitaka, and he asked her if dogs stink. However, in the next scene we get to see a massive plot twist, and in this scene we see that the War Devil suddenly took control of Mitaka's body, and then she got out of her seat. And then we see that the War Devil actually started making out with Denji, and in this moment she was leaning into Denji, and she was also grabbing his arm at the same exact time. And from this moment we can tell that the War Devil is very impatient, and I say this because the War Devil immediately tried to turn Denji into a weapon for the second time in a row. And in this scene we also get to see Denji's reaction, and he became very flustered. And then the War Devil put her hand on top of Denji, and in this moment we see that Denji and the War Devil are both blushing. However, at the last second we suddenly saw that Denji's dogs bursted into the room, and then they started jumping towards Denji. And in this moment we see that Denji and Mitaka both reacted to this by having very surprised looks on their faces, and they also has sweat drops running down their faces. Anyway guys, in the next panel we get to see that Nayuta is actually the person who is holding the leashes for these dogs, and in this moment Nayuta is just standing in the doorway. And this scene showed us Nayuta's shadow, and this was a very menacing moment. And I thought that this was an amazing character introduction, and I also thought that the author did an amazing job with drawing the art in this chapter. And in this moment I really enjoyed seeing Nayuta and the dogs return to the story, and this chapter ends with a massive cliffhanger. And the cliffhanger that I am talking about is the fact that Nayuta caught the War Devil breaking the most important rule, and this was a very intense moment. And then Nayuta pointed her finger at the War Devil, and Nayuta said that the War Devil is a thief. And in this moment Nayuta was using the power of the Control Devil, and she was using the chains to control the War Devil. And in this moment it seems like the author is trying to tell us that Nayuta thinks that her big brother is being stolen from her, and the reason why I say this is because Nayuta just said that the War Devil is a thief. And this scene is actually a parallel to the moment when Makima killed Power, and the reason why I say this is because they are both holding up their finger in the exact same way. And the author also gave Nayuta the same exact hairstyle as Makima, and this is an obvious reference to her character. And I also really liked the fact that Denji's dogs became happy after seeing Denji, and I thought that this was a very wholesome moment in this chapter. I am very excited to see what will happen in the next chapter, and I am also very eager to see the punishment that Nayuta will give to the War Devil. And I am also very excited to learn more about Nayuta's personality, and I would love to see more of her character interactions with Denji and Mitaka. Anyway guys, let me know what you think of this chapter in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.